Warning. This show contains strong language and topics that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Taking talk in my arms is the soul of me. You walk by, ask to see me late face Your head like a sword in your head.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Suplah City.
Hi.
I can't do the intro if I've done the intro.
What do you mean? How am I
What
supposed
the
to
fuck do
introduce
you mean
you
you
while
can't
I'm
do the
introducing?
intro if you've already done the intro? What does that mean?
I've
How am I
just done.
supposed to introduce you when I'm introducing you?
No, right? No, I've just done the intro, so I can't introduce you.
What is
Why?
What?
Why can't you do that?
What
Because-
is preventing you from doing that?
His
Because-
circuit board.
No, right? Listen, I just did the intro, and we mentioned last week that that's the new way the show opens, right?
Yes?
It doesn't segue into introducing who's on the show.
So we're just here? Everyone has to guess?
You introduce yourselves.
Hi,
Why
I'm
can't-
Sam Brooks. Welcome
Well,
to
one at a
Suplah
time.
City.
One at a time.
Fucking go!
I'm Carmine Antonelli, and I don't know what's happening.
Hi! News is happening.
I didn't introduce myself.
Who are you?
Where am I?
I'm Liam. I am one of the originals of the Suplah. Welcome
Okay.
to Suplah City. Welcome to our humble abode in downtown Suplah. We have a lovely apartment overlooking Suplah University, where Andy was learning his degree on how to say the English language, which he failed, clearly.
Right.
He didn't just fail, he set a new precedent for failing.
He
It was
actually
impressive.
created a new grade on the scale that's
Q.
lower than F.
He got a Q.
But we
Yeah.
have Sam Brooks and Carmine Antonelli on the
I
show.
thought you couldn't introduce us!
Well, it was awkward, so I did it anyway. Anyway, there you go.
Do you have a story, at
I-
least?
Well, I did. I was going to tell it before we went on the air, and then you guys were like, no, save it. Involves Andy. Save it for the show. Save it for the show. And we were talking about oxymorons, right?
Right.
And things that just don't make sense. Because I was saying that I read online that a friend of mine decided for some reason to wash her hair with beer, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't even think she was drunk. That's a scary bit. That's a bit that worries me. But she decided to wash her hair with beer, and I was going to tell the story of when Andy got ketchup on his CM Punk shirt. Now, do you remember the CM Punk, like Summer of CM Punk shirt that was the Chicago flag on the white and the black and the... You remember that one, right?
Of course, I own a shirt of it myself, I do.
Andy got ketchup on that.
Oh no. Not on the red part, I take it, on the pure white part.
On the pure white part.
Oh boy.
And I said to him, as a joke, wasn't even that funny to be fair, I told Andy that to get ketchup out of his t-shirt, to use more ketchup. And he actually believed me. Now, he didn't go to the point where he did it, because I think he started to catch on. But he was actually, at some point, was like, really? That seems like it wouldn't do anything. So, that happened a couple of years ago. That was the story.
And you know what? He's not gotten any better since, because for those who don't listen to the broadcast every Monday or Tuesday or whenever the hell it comes out, he, for the first time in his life, had a bowl of chili.
Oh, God.
And he was like, my mouth is on fire. And so I said to him, you know what'll make it better, Andy? Eat more chili. And he did! He ate more chili, and he kept whining and complaining about the spice level.
To be fair, you gave him like scientific reasoning or what sounded like it to
Yeah,
do it.
I think I fucking said something along the lines of, once you get to a certain level, the spices cap out and you can't feel any more.
Right.
I had
Meanwhile-
no idea what the fuck I was saying.
This week, Andy's eating chili for the first time in his life.
My mouth is numb, so I can't taste anything
Do you want
anymore.
to know a good trick to actually counteracting the numbness?
What's attached to that numbness? You
Eat more.
Okay.
Legit, if you eat more, there's only a certain point where it'll get to the worst it can get, and then you'll know, hang on, this isn't so bad. So you just keep eating it.
My tongue.
The effect of
It's got-
spices isn't cumulative. Like, there's a point where it will build up to the maximum, so just get to the maximum and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, it hits a peak.
My tongue.
You sounded convincing, to be fair.
Yeah, because I convinced myself.
You're just like, no, just eat more, and eventually the spice will get to a point where it's so much, it's nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I fucking said, and to be fair, I would believe that.
Right, it sounded somewhat realistic.
Because why would I lie?
Why would you ever lie to little old Andy? Many reasons, actually, but that's neither here nor there. Did everyone just stop?
I thought there was something more that was gonna be said.
I thought there was something more for what was going to be said.
Well then, should we
So-
move on to news in that case?
I think we should move on to the news we have.
That's a good idea.
Have we decided who's reading out the news this week?
This is a fucking great show, guys.
Oh, fuck it, I'll take this first one. It's sad news, guys. I'm afraid I've got some sad news. Now, as our super audience may know, Andy is the one who gets us our news. And whilst he couldn't be here today, he got us our news. So I'm just going to read out everything that he typed down. And hopefully it will do good respect for the man we're about to talk about.
Wouldn't get your hopes up.
The hot rod, Roddy Piper, has unfortunately passed away.
Yes.
The first bullet point reads, passed away 61 years old.
Right.
He is believed to be sleeping at the time of death. Although the hot rod was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2006, he has been cancer-free for some time, and that's not believed to have been a factor. Piper is widely regarded as one of the top heels and talkers in the history of the wrestling business, rising to success during the Territory era and then jumping to the then WWF for WrestleMania 1, where he made history, teaming with Paul Orndorff to take on Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. He was also one of the few stars of the 80s to branch out into movies, starring in cult sci-fi classic They Live in 1988. Ronda Rousey dedicated her last fight to Piper.
And that's all he typed.
That's all he wrote. So this is sad fucking news. I mean,
It is. I mean, Piper's one of those guys where it's like, I really didn't expect him to be, like, dying anytime soon.
and it's at the point where it's like, where were you when Roddy Piper died? I myself was eating dinner at my dinner table, and I was like, oh fuck.
I was in the car and I saw a message from you guys.
Yeah, no, Andy's the one who actually broke it to the boardroom where he literally wrote Piper is dead.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it at the time. I was like, God damn, really?
Yeah, it felt like one of those ones where it's like, I just kind of couldn't actually comprehend that it was real.
And it's mostly because he's been in the news lately. He's not been quiet at all. It's usually when a wrestler dies and he's been quiet beforehand, you can usually understand, oh, he's unfortunately passed away. When he's doing things, when he's actively giving interviews and such, and when he's performing on indie shows, you're like, oh, god damn, this has come on so suddenly.
Yeah. Like, the best example would be The Warrior.
Oh yeah, he was one of the ultimate examples.
He was on Raw the day before.
Exactly.
But with Piper, it's just like, out of nowhere, man. It's bad.
And coupled with the whole Hulk Hogan tirade thing, it's like, can there be any more bad news?
It's rough, man. The one bright side to this, though, if you can consider it that, is the fact that at least he passed away in his sleep.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's
if there's a
not
way
like-
to go, it's a way to go, like, that way. I wouldn't want to be in pain for a majority of the time that I'm on my way out, so...
Yeah, I mean, like, at least nothing actively happened to him that caused it. So at least there's that. Like, fucking Macho Man got in a car accident. Like, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, that was one of the worst examples, really, that I can think of.
But still, man, this is a rough one. And the tribute that they did for him on Raw was really, really good.
Yeah, I will say the one thing WWE can do like consistently well is tribute packages. So
Yeah, the Dusty Rhodes one and this one were both really good.
very, very good. And I think the show that was a tribute show to him was done pretty well, like in pretty good taste as well, with the Miz TV segment.
Yep, and pretty much everyone had Hot Rod shirts. So, I mean, it sucks, man. There's not much to do about it. It's just one of those things where
I mean, Liam, how do you feel about this?
Well, I just think it's very sad because, as you said, that he's not quite like he wasn't that quiet or you know what I mean. Like he'd been in the news, and specifically for me, I noticed there was that big issue between him, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Podcast One or whatever it's called,
yeah.
and Piper had just been kicked off because of something that Austin had flagged his show. That he wasn't happy with the content of Piper's show of that specific episode, and so Podcast Force One, whatever it's called,
It's called Podcast One.
there you go, kicked him off, and then he was. Last I heard, he was shopping his podcast around for a new place, and then suddenly the news breaks he's dead at 61, and 61 isn't a very old age by today's standards. He wasn't a big guy, so I don't think really there was like. I know most people, even when I was talking to my parents, because I was back at my parents' place this past weekend when the news broke, and my dad used to follow wrestling in the early 90s. And I said to my dad, "Oh my God, Roddy Piper's just died." And he went, "Roddy Piper, really?" I went, "Yeah, he's 61." He went, "It's probably all those steroids." And I was just like, no offense to my dad, he didn't mean it in that way, but it's that sort of general consensus of you hear a wrestler's dead, oh, guess it was steroids. But it couldn't have been steroids because he wasn't a big guy.
No,
Um,
yeah, no.
I'm not saying that there was foul play. They said that he died naturally, but to die naturally at 61 is still it's shocking. It's not like he was 94. If he was 94, you'd think, you know what, good on you, you had a good run. But he was 61 years old. That isn't very old by today's standards. Vince McMahon is older. Ric Flair, I think, is older and was probably wrestling as well still.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I mean, Piper's done a lot in his life though too. Like he has had drug problems before, and alcohol issues, so that might have contributed to this.
Mm.
But he has been clean for a while, so it's still always shocking to hear. Like, if he was still,
Yeah, but not to compare the two, but Eddie Guerrero was clean for a couple of years and still it caught up with him. It doesn't matter if you've been clean for 10, 15 years.
and that's part of what I'm saying is like that probably had something to do with it.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a weird analogy, but it's kind of like, you know, a mirror. Like you've made a crack in it. At the end of the day, it may work, but it's still got a crack in it. It's like it's a machine. If you fuck around with the machine, it's going to break down. It might work for a little bit longer afterwards, but it'll still break down, and that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like he did the damage when he was younger, and it obviously paid a dear price later in life.
But still, like Piper was absolutely one of the good ones. So it's always sad
Definitely.
to hear.
He wasn't mired in any controversy towards the end of his life, like, say, I don't know, Hogan or Warrior or anything like that.
Right.
And you know what's also sad? It wasn't that long ago Dusty Rhodes was announced to have passed away. It's been in such close proximity to each other. I think that's kind of what it was. You know, WWE put on this big sort of event for Dusty Rhodes, and they dedicated a Raw to him, and they had an episode on the network about him. And then, you know, Stardust came back, and it looked like things were just going to get back onto the path for everyone who was involved. and then this happens. And it's like they have to go through it again now. And that's why I think, sorry, Carmine, but at the end, at the Raw's tribute, they had that video after the 10 bell salute.
Right.
There was the shot lingered on a picture of Dusty Rhodes and Roddy Piper together, and I
Right,
think it was
yeah.
done because it was so close to it. Their time of death was so close to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that had something to do with it. But I think it's unfortunate because we might just be in this like stretch of years where the classic guys from that era are at that age where they're just gonna start dropping, and it sucks because like in the last few years we've had Savage, Warrior, Rhodes, Piper, and I think there's just going to be more because it's just that time in their lives where it's just going to start happening because these guys have been so rough on their bodies. Not many of them are going to live to see 80. So I think it's about that time where this stuff's going to start happening quicker and in quick succession with each other, and it sucks.
And with all of that being said, it's still a fucking surprise that Ric Flair is still living.
Yeah,
Not,
man.
not that I'm saying that. Not that I'm saying he's going to be the next one to die, of fucking
No.
course. But fuck, dude, it's like random selection with most of these people. It's like no matter what you've done, it'll just be your time when it's your time. And Lord knows Ric Flair's getting lucky right now.
And I mean, I'm just sort of doing some quick research at the moment, and it's like I didn't realize this. I must have missed this bit of news, but uh, only last month, Piper had lost his Legends contract because of the previously mentioned issue with Steve Austin. How quickly WWE turned it round. They were this, right, we're not hiring. I mean, this guy in his last month of life had lost his contract. He had been kicked off of his podcast site. I mean, that is a bit of a shit point to have gone out. Let's be honest.
For sure.
It
And,
was. I mean, the guy got basically, I don't want to say fired because he wasn't really working for WWE. I mean, a Legends contract is kind of just merchandise and the occasional appearance, but still, he lost that. And then he lost that Cast 12, whatever
podcast
it was called.
one.
That one. That's what it's called. He lost that. You know, it wasn't a fantastic point for him to have left it. But of course, WWE, in typical corporate fashion, has to turn it around and make themselves look as fantastic as possible by dedicating the first 10 minutes of the show to him.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's that part of it too with the PR and everything. But I think another part of it is also like, I don't think there was genuine ill will towards him. I think it was just business that happened, and it was unfortunate for Piper. And once he died, it's like,
but if Hulk Hogan, right, died tomorrow, or today, if you're listening to this, whatever, if he died tomorrow, do you think that they would do it for him?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe they would.
absolutely.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, think about it. Hulk Hogan is literally one of the, if not the biggest names in wrestling ever.
Yes, but unlike Roddy Piper, Hogan is right in the middle of a shitstorm media fest.
Yes.
Would WWE really take the time and take the risk of dedicating 10 minutes, the first opening 10 minutes of their leading show, to a guy who is pretty much at this point considered a hardcore racist?
They can't afford not to, I think, because it's Hulk Hogan. Like,
I mean,
regardless
I wouldn't put it past them to like not do that. I mean, they could just as easily not acknowledge it whatsoever and purely go on the thing of, well, he was a shit person, so why should we acknowledge a shit person? But even then, you think they would at least acknowledge his career and what he's done for the industry, because lo and behold, if he's a bad person, sure, but his
But this
accomplishments can't be masked.
This goes back to what me and Andy were talking about last week, in that he's been Benoit. The guy's been written out of WWE canon. He's just gone without a trace. No merchandise is allowed. People can't take signs or dress up as him to events. Just, he's been Benoit completely and utterly. He's been removed from the video game.
yeah,
I'm not saying that's like a pinnacle of sort of Benoiting, but Do you see
Punk,
what I'm getting
Punk
at?
didn't get removed from the video game.
Even Punk, after all that shit, even Punk got into the game last year. Two of
So
them, two Punks got in.
So I see what you mean, but I just think like they'd at least do some terminology where it's like a tribute to the character of Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea, you know?
Okay.
I mean, they could do a fucking tribute to Hollywood Hogan, because for all we know, Hollywood Hogan was a shithead. So,
Okay,
probably in line with that.
Totally canon.
Playing devil's advocate with myself here. That sounds weird, but fuck it, I'm going to go with that terminology anyway.
So you're playing with yourself right now.
Shut up. Anyway.
And the devil's watching.
Shush. Anyway, so in that Roddy Piper memorial video, they did show images of Hulk Hogan, even though they were still photographs. They did show pictures of Hulk Hogan. So, I don't know. Maybe.
I think when people say that Hogan's been Benoit, I think that's inaccurate. I don't think he has been Benoit. I think they're just not going to go out of their way to mention him.
I think there's a difference between going out of your way not to mentioning him. Fuck it. I don't care. It's Wednesday. Anyway, Cesaro's here. I don't know if you can hear that.
No, yeah, he's here. He's always trying to get in on the
He's always trying to get in.
He's a huge fan. We should probably let him in one day.
You know, maybe we should, but for now we can't.
Right.
But
we're in the middle of the show. Sorry, Cesaro.
He's not over enough.
The thing is,
He's so over.
I think the fact that they've gone so far to even remove his merchandise. I mean, not even Punk had all his merchandise removed when he was, let go.
Right, but you also got to look at it. It's different because with Hulk Hogan, first with Punk just walked out and didn't do anything that really sours the image of the company.
Yeah, there wasn't really a finite act that he did to, like, cast himself out. All he did was walk away.
He just got on the bad side of some top people.
But the thing is, though, is that Hulk Hogan didn't. And yet, I think in a way he's been treated worse.
What Hulk Hogan did could sour the image of a company, so they have to remove his merchandise to make a statement that they don't condone what he says. What's different about it is when Punk walked out, they kind of, to an extent, did Benoit him. They don't talk about him or show pictures of him. Nothing. With Hogan, they're still willing to show that he exists.
No, there's a difference, though. What I'm guessing at is that Punk was still around. He might be quote-unquote Benoit now, but that's just because the guy hasn't been seen in a WWE ring for nearly 2 years, right? Hogan was on a WWE television show less than 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And to be fair,
see the difference?
Yeah, with Punk, they actually they did a thing where they played his theme music and they had
Paul
Paul
Heyman
Heyman come
came
out. They even did a thing where they had Brad Maddox pretending to be him at live events
to get heel heat.
Yeah, and you're not going to fucking get that with Hulk Hogan. They've made Curtis Axel drop the fucking Axelmania gimmick, so I really think that this is the extent that they would go to. But if he died, would they tribute him?
I still think they would. I still think they would.
I wouldn't put it past them to not, though. Purely because of the shitstorm happening right now.
Do you think in that case, I don't know how we've turned this to Hulk Hogan when it's Roddy Piper's death, but fuck it, let's go on this train of thought. Do you think it would just be that sort of cold opening of just Hulk Hogan's grinning mustache going, Terry Hulk Hogan Bella, whatever. He's the original
Hogan
Bella twin. Hogan Bella. 1903 to 21.
1903, so he's 112 years old.
2109. That's how
that hasn't happened yet.
So he's from the future? He's a Terminator?
Terry Hulk Hogan Bellea, 2019 to 2015.
I need that tribute image right now.
Yep, that's on there.
That needs to be a t-shirt.
But no, if they don't go to the extent of making a 10-minute video package for him, at the very least, the opening of Raw will come up with that black screen with the little circle profile picture of him, and it'll say, rest in peace, Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, whatever. At the very least, they will do that.
Yeah, that's what I imagine they would do. They wouldn't go any further than that, I imagine, at least right now.
I still think they might make the video package, but at the very least they'll do that. They will acknowledge him.
But, yeah, Roddy Piper has unfortunately passed away, and the world is a, less kicky-arsey place without him.
Man, like these fucking tribute videos that they make, like the one for Dusty, like that hit me.
Oh,
But
yeah, that
the
hit me as well.
Piper one, dude. Oh my god. I don't know what it was about that. That one really fucking got me.
I mean, fuck, Ring of Honor put up a 1-minute tribute video on their YouTube channel, and that got me. So this is just one of those things, I think.
Yeah, he's just one of those characters where it's like everyone, at least everyone who knew who he was, loved him, man.
Yeah, I couldn't say a bad thing about him.
He was absolutely one of the good ones and one of the best examples of the good ones. So it just fucking sucks that he's gone.
Exactly.
But I think we should move on to something related to what we've already talked about. The Miz will be taking Hulk Hogan's place as a judge on Tough Enough. As
Okay.
Andy put it, as revealed on this week's Tough Enough, The Miz replaced Hulk Hogan as judge, while Byron Saxton replaced Miz on the Tough Talk post show on the WWE Network. That's all he wrote.
That's all he wrote. One thing, which is just an extended bit of the title.
Yeah, which is what Andy's known for. That's his fucking calling card.
Okay, let's flesh this out a little bit. Fuck ZZ.
That's not where I expected this to go.
Like, I know last time we talked about Tough Enough on this show, Liam had his own little, tirade about why the show kind of sucks and why it didn't really
No,
work
it doesn't
out too well.
suck. It fails. It fails as a concept. It fails.
It fails, yes. Sorry.
As it fails as a practice of what it doesn't deliver what it promises. I actually think for what the show is, I think it's entertaining, but it fails because you know what, if you want to know why it fails, just go and listen to last week's show or the show before, whatever episode I was talking about it on.
I'll put an
Right.
annotation to that right now. But
Well, what about for those people who are listening on the bus or on the train, Sam?
then
Well,
it'll
then
be
do it
in
when
the,
you get
it'll be in
home.
the description. It's fine. I got it covered, man. It's all good. But anyway, thing
yeah.
is, like, this Tough Enough competition is like I've watched it. I've watched all of the episodes now up until the most recent one, and man, fuck ZZ. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so here's the thing. From the second Tough Enough started this season, all I ever heard was Patrick and ZZ. They're the names that keep coming up. I don't know another goddamn person on that
Sarah,
show.
I am a little bit in love with Sarah, and I vow to marry her and make her my ex-wife.
Is she the one who was the fucking physical therapist on Raw that one time?
No, she's kind of like, she's really cute, but a little boring and not really much personality. Like, she's my perfect girl.
A perfect diva, then.
Yeah, so she's probably slated to win the fucking Divas position, but yeah, it's as you say, from day one it was always Patrick or ZZ. Patrick, I think, well, he got voted out like some time
Who's
ago.
the guy that I keep seeing who's really built and he's got like that blonde faux hawk?
That was Mada. I believe he's been
Mada.
kicked out
He
as
got
well.
kicked out last week.
I believe
He's
so,
the
yeah.
only face I recognized, and he isn't even one of the two names that I recognize.
Exactly.
I don't know what Patrick or ZZ look like.
Patrick was the black dude. He looks kind of like Jason Jordan a little bit, but not quite, if you know what I mean.
Oh, he does. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
I knew I recognized him from somewhere. And you know when you see someone's face and then you don't really know who they look like until someone tells you who they look like, and you're like, fuck, how did I not realize that?
I
Yeah.
understand exactly what you're saying.
all the
that.
time.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah, he is that. Yeah, he is Thingy Jordan.
He's
What's
a
his
thing,
name?
Jason Jordan.
That's the shitting name. There you go.
And
The shitting name.
ZZ is this fat, out of shape, fucking idiot
He's my god.
that everyone seems to enjoy because
He's
he's like
fucking awesome.
He's like the Carl Pilkington of wrestling,
Exactly. That's why he's awesome.
to the point where he's
Okay.
got that same dumb fucking face.
Basically, imagine the most the fattest, well, maybe not the fattest, but a fat, like, trailer trash kind of guy, to the point where, like, even an American would have trouble understanding him. His accent is that thick, let alone a
Oh.
British person,
Do
right?
they have to subtitle him?
No, they're not that bad, but I mean,
He's
I
not
can
fucking
just,
Grado over here.
I can I can just get the gist of what he's saying. But I love ZZ simply because he is the underdog. Everyone hates him. Even WWE hates him. WWE desperately wants him out of that show, right? They are doing their absolute best to manipulate the audience to getting rid of him. They're putting up videos on their YouTube page showing Billy Gunn basically bullying the guy in a way, right?
That'll make people hate him.
Bill DeMott would be very proud.
I mean, it's not even that. It's got a point.
I just imagine a video on WWE's YouTube channel that's just titled "ZZ Sucks."
Well, you say that, right? But I watched a video today that was literally Billy Gunn, Booker T, and Lita in a room, sat down on chairs, and they had photos of each Tough Enough contestant, and they were like, oh, you know, you got Josh, he's good, he's built, he's got some sign of charisma, he's okay, you got Tanner, no charisma at all, but he's good in the ring. They get to ZZ, Booker T walks out of a fucking room, and Billy Gunn's like, you know, fuck this guy. And Lita is like, yeah, you know, fuck this guy. And then Booker T comes back in and he's like, you know what? Fuck this guy. And they were
Wait a minute. Fuck this guy.
Wait a minute.
And you know what? That's why I want ZZ to win.
Now,
just
hold on.
to
Let me
stick
ask.
it to them. Right?
Why
Let's
does-
just put it this way. Sorry, Carmine, just really quickly. If this happened in the UK, right, ZZ would win with a landslide. And I'll tell you why. The Brits, we love an underdog. I know the Americans do, but we love it. We love it ironically, right? Right? A couple of years ago, we had a show called Celebrity Big Brother, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Where it was like D-list celebrities, like I stood on Michael Douglas's toe kind of celebrity, right? That's the sort
I
of,
was the stunt double for Michael Douglas's ass.
yeah, that's the kind of celebrity, right? So it says a lot when they actually said, right, we're going to have a twist in this year's Celebrity Big Brother. We're going to put in someone who isn't a celebrity, and they have to pretend.
Fuck, I remember this.
They have to pretend they're a celebrity. And out comes this blonde bimbo Chantel who, if it was any other circumstance, would not win. No one would like her. But guess what? This non-celebrity won Celebrity Big Brother. For the sheer irony. That's why the Brits voted it, right? So if this was happening in the UK and ZZ came out and you've got all these big buff lads like, oh yeah, I love the WWE and I will be the, heavyweight champion and go into the Hall of Fame. And then ZZ comes out and goes, I like peanut butter. Like, the Brits would fucking love that and they would vote for him.
I think just that sentence made me love it. I've never even seen
I
the guy.
love peanut butter.
I love peanut butter. Can that be his gimmick?
The peanut butter man.
And
Well,
I'm
you
here
have
at this
those
time
guys.
with newly crowned WWE superstar ZZ. ZZ, what do you have to say? I love peanut butter. Oh, okay.
Remember that time? Remember that time when Zack Ryder had the Internet Championship? Imagine if
just
ZZ
comes
made
over
the
and-
peanut butter championship.
No. I imagine ZZ just carries a big thing of peanut butter with him all over backstage, and like Zack Ryder's walking around with his internet belt, right? And ZZ's just like, ooh, it's very pretty, but he's got like peanut butter all over his hands, so he's like rubbing it, and it's just like it gets peanut butter all over it, and Zack's like,
Oh,
oh, dude,
my God.
come on.
This is,
And like that's his
best
calling
gimmick in the
card is
world.
like peanut butter handprints.
oh my God. He can come out to peanut butter jelly time.
No,
That can be his theme song.
but he like doesn't dance because he's like not really sure what's going on. He's just walking out there with his peanut butter in his arm.
He's like, hi everybody, my name's ZZ.
but no, genuinely, I gotta ask because I know nothing about this guy. Is he like super charismatic or something?
No, he's just kind of a dork.
He's a dog. He's super fucking lazy. Like, he's not a wrestler, simply put.
So he's Bull Dempsey if Bull Dempsey was legitimate.
Yes. Yes, that's what it is. It's
You know,
it's like
I think
it's like Liam said that one year where a non-celebrity won Celebrity Big Brother. If ZZ won, it would be a non-wrestler winning Tough Enough.
Yes, that's what he needs to win. That is what he needs to win.
To be fair though, I've said all this shit like fuck him, he's lazy, he doesn't belong there. I think he should win just so that the WWE understands that their voting system this year is utter wank.
Yeah.
Shit!
No, WWE needs to learn that this entire concept fails.
Exactly. Tough Enough has never produced a single credible winner that's still with the company.
No, not to this
Credible,
day.
no.
No, I agree with credible. With the company, I disagree.
Oh, I mixed up someone else. Yeah, no. Winners have been credible, but they haven't stuck around.
No.
Yeah, exactly. John
example-
Morrison fucked off to Lucha Underground, so.
Yes.
Right.
And he is literally the most successful Tough Enough competitor that they've ever had. The Miz doesn't count because he didn't fucking win it, right? He doesn't. He's okay. He was in the competition, but he didn't win it. He didn't win it. He didn't
But
win
he
it.
won the WWE title, though, and John Morrison didn't fucking win the WWE title. That's ridiculous.
But he's
That
done
says-
nothing for 4 years after that.
He still
That's a
did
good
it.
point.
He still
Like-
did it.
His credibility is gone now.
And he did do it at the worst WrestleMania in history, so.
Right.
Plus, also, guys, I think we're forgetting Maven eliminated Undertaker.
He was part of Tough Enough?
He
Maven
won
won.
Tough Enough.
Oh my god, no
He
wonder
won the
it's so bad.
first. He won the first Tough Enough. He eliminated Undertaker, and he beat the Undertaker for the Hardcore title.
Oh,
He also
no.
got his head put for a popcorn machine by The Undertaker.
Yeah.
That happened as well.
Remember that Tough Enough competitor who was actually so not tough enough that he became a fucking commentator? Josh Matthews?
Oh, who is now in TNA and like, I hate WWE, and because I am with the greatest company in the world, despite the fact that
TNA
we
gives
can't
me
have
loads of money, just really, really late. Fuck Josh Matthews, seriously. Everyone knows who Samoa Joe is, you fuck.
Yeah, god.
He's
Anyway,
such
but
a fucking twat.
so it's this ZZ thing, man. We're supposed to
Like-
be talking about how the Miz replaced Hogan, and we're
Oh
stuck
yeah,
on ZZ.
good replacement, okay? Miz is good. He's not great in the
Is
ring,
he?
he's kind of boring, but he's good as a personality, so it
Yeah,
fits.
the Miz actually, and I said this a while ago, when he was doing his tough talk, he was actually more entertaining as his real life self than he was as the Miz persona.
Mike
which is really
Mizanin
weird.
is better than the
And-
Miz.
No, I think the Miz's version of the Miz is better than WWE's version of the Miz. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
oh,
no,
so like when they give him a script, he can't do it, but when he's just going, he can do it.
When
Yeah, exactly.
if he was like allowed to just do what he wanted, I think the Miz would actually work really well. But because the WWE is like, right, everything is fucking scripted, and we don't know how to do a script because we're not from Hollywood, we don't do television shows. We don't know what this show actually is anymore. We're so confused, but fuck it, let's script everything and just limit everybody's potential. That's what it is, right?
is that
that
the
makes
point where they
sense.
can't even do fucking reality TV without it being scripted?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like Tough Enough and Total Divas.
Let's give Paige a fake boyfriend that she never had just to introduce her real life boyfriend that she has.
Man. But no, here's the thing about this Miz replacing Hogan. Like, I'm sure the Miz is great and he'll be an entertaining replacement. But the thing I don't like about this is that I thought the dynamic of having two current wrestlers who both have a lot of experience and then having a legend judge was a good idea. Now they've replaced the legend with the Miz.
Well, to
Yeah,
be fair,
but
it kind
to be
of
fair-
it kind of subverts it a little bit because Daniel
be
Bryan
fair-
and Paige have been wrestling for decades, but Miz has been wrestling for what, 7 or 8 years?
Yeah, they
And the
replaced
Miz-
the
and
most
the Miz-
experienced guy with the least experienced guy.
But the Miz has gone through Tough Enough.
That
he
is
is-
true.
And
He's
I
gone
get
through Tough
that.
Enough, and he has been WWE champion. He has literally gone from being a competitor on Tough Enough to main eventing and winning a WrestleMania main event
Yeah, and I get
with
it.
the title
It's just
on the line.
there were
didn't
rumors
walk
of
out-
like Ric Flair or Shawn Michaels, and it's like the Miz.
But the Miz might just
Eh.
be temporary for now. Plus, the other thing is, you got to remember the show's coming towards its end now.
Yeah, I know it's really weird timing.
I think it's at
So-
the point where like nobody fucking cares anymore. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think the views have been dwindling for it. Even USA has been saying, "What the fuck kind of TV show is this?"
it's like,
And
what
it-
did you make? What are we
Yeah.
showing people? What's
What
WWE
wrong
is
with
this?
like-
you?
What do I have in my hands?
USA is like, right, what the fuck is this, guys? And Vince is like, hey, it's tough enough.
Why did you
brother."
just jump a giant like load of peanut butter in our hands?
Why am I just holding peanut butter, Vince?
And USA is like, no, what is this, Vince? Because it's like half of it is a reality show, and then the other half of it is a game show, and then the other half of it is like America's Got Talent. Like,
Why
it's
does
got
this peanut
three
butter have
halves.
three? Why does this peanut butter have three halves?
It doesn't make sense.
It's half chunky, half creamy, half shit.
Best way to describe Tough Enough, ladies and gentlemen. Half chunky, half creamy, half shit.
Makes so much sense.
It really does.
But Byron Saxton replacing The Miz's old position, I don't know how that's gonna go.
Who cares? It's a
That-
Tough Talk post show. What? Who cares?
Well, that's what was obviously some people were watching that because wasn't that where else was The Miz on Tough Enough?
there.
That's it. That's all he was doing.
And I think he
Yeah.
did bits in the. Did he do bits in the main show as well?
Nope.
He didn't do that.
So then I know The Miz's part was popular, so obviously people watch Tough Talk. So there's got to be some demographic that cares about this replacement.
All 5 people.
No, I mean there was people talking about it. So
Yeah, ZZ cared. ZZ cared.
Miz
Fucking
gave him so much
ZZ.
peanut butter.
Fucking ZZ. What a
Post
legend.
show is my favorite part of the main show.
He's a fucking legend. He's so... The reason why ZZ works, the reason why everyone loves ZZ, and I'll
The
tell you
reason
why it is.
CC works is because he doesn't work.
No, right? I'll tell you the
It's
reason
like
why
Andy.
ZZ... No, I will tell you right now why ZZ works, okay? I will give you the hint as to why he works. People can relate to him, right?
Everyone loves peanut butter.
Josh, Tanner, whoever else, right?
There's no one else.
They're all sort of these like health nuts. They're like, I come from MMA and I'm like 7 feet tall. And ZZ is just a fat guy who likes peanut butter,
He just really likes peanut butter.
right? He's just
I
a
fucking love this.
people can relate to him, right? He's just
He's-
an ordinary fat guy who likes peanut butter.
It's not even a gimmick.
It's
He
something
just
you
likes
said.
peanut butter.
I don't think he's ever said that he enjoys peanut butter. It's just something Carmine said.
No,
And we're rolling with it.
No, he said he made a peanut butter sandwich on an episode 2 weeks ago.
Therefore, he loves peanut butter.
He fucking loves.
He liked it enough to tell the world.
You know what? I want a peanut butter sandwich right now. I'm hungry.
No, this is the best bit. This is the best bit. He didn't even make it for himself. He made it in tribute to Patrick.
We sacrificed for one that should have won into this peanut butter sandwich.
This one's for you, Patrick.
Now I gain his powers.
I'm gonna pour out this 40 of peanut butter for Patrick.
Instead of potatoes that make vodka, it's just fucking peanut butter. He just drinks that.
And he like tries to pour it, but it's too thick, and he's just like holding it there upside down for like 10 minutes.
He just slavers himself in it because he can't get it in his mouth.
ZZ would literally be the kind of person who, if they were trying to eat peanut butter out of a jar, they would just hold it above their head with their mouth open and literally just wait.
Speaking of network content,
Speaking of things,
Sorry, I was
Speaking
probably
of
move on.
network content, there is content on the network. There is content on the network that you can view on the network.
Oh shit.
so who here knows about the prank show known as Swerved on the network?
I do.
I do.
Leo?
oh, I do, but I've never seen it.
You've
I've
never
never
seen it?
No.
Okay,
You should
so it's just, all it is really. It's
I
just,
have like 2 weeks of wrestling to catch up on. I'm talking
can
like
skip
Lucha
it.
Underground, Impact Wrestling.
You're
not
not
that
gonna
I-
watch Impact.
I know that was just a joke. It wasn't a very good joke.
basically
It was sad.
have you
It was
ever
a
seen?
sad joke?
Have you ever seen Jackass?
I know it's made by the guy who made Jackass, who also,
Hang on.
weirdly enough,
Jackass is made by the guys who made Jackass.
I believe he was also the writer for the film Her.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah,
Fucking
That's a
blew my mind when I found that out, because that is like the polar opposite. It's like he created Jackass, and then he made like this Oscar-nominated, fucking critically acclaimed movie. It was like, fuck, this guy's my hero. He
thing.
can
We
be.
underestimated him.
I was like, he can fuck around and act like a prick and yet still make amazing movies. That's what I want. That's my life. That is my future life.
So when Suplah comes out with our own version of Jackass, we'll be looking forward
Suplah
to
ass.
that.
Suplah ass.
No, I'm drawing the line at Suplah ass. Sounds like the fucking pornography show we would have. Anything. Shown after midnight on the Babe Station channel. But
No,
anyway.
Suplah Ass will be the name of one of the pranks where we get Andy to think we're putting him on a porn show so he can break the streak.
When
This
is she
is-
coming out then? Sorry.
Did you hire my favorite one?
Who's your favorite? All of them!
Any that like me?
Any woman, really. I'm just desperate at this point.
Anyway, fucking Swerved, right?
Sorry. We
Basically,
swerved away from that.
we did. Shot. Anyway, Swerved is like Jackass, but with WWE superstars. Pranks involved include, I believe it's Heath Slater and Fandango being baristas in a coffee shop, yelling
That
at
was
everybody.
so fucking funny.
That was so good.
Wait, they were the baristas?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were baristas and they were like on a wire with The Miz and who else in their ear?
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler in their ear, telling them to do stupid shit.
Dolph
Also-
was telling Fandango what to do, and Miz was telling Slater what to do.
Yeah.
I have an embarrassing story to tell.
Okay.
When I was 16, I went into a coffee shop for the first time in my life, right?
He was
Sounds
a
like
boy.
a movie trailer.
She was a girl.
No, it wasn't a girl, actually. It was a production meeting for a film that I made that was really fucking shite. Anyway,
Make it yes.
Didn't make it any more obvious.
there was a girl who was the barista, and she was making stuff. And
So there
in...
was a
What? No, shush, right? In Costa, right? You don't know Costa, but he does, right? So,
Who?
you...
Me?
Yeah,
I know what Costa Coffee is, yes.
yes, but he doesn't.
This is a totally audio experience. So when you just say you don't know it, but you do, what?
Okay, he doesn't, but Sam does.
Who?
You did the same thing twice.
I know what fucking Costa Coffee is. That's
Right.
where you are, okay.
Anyway, so she was like, okay, like, thanks for the money. I gave her money, obviously,
Yeah.
right? And
That's
she,
like not what I was expecting to hear from an employee.
Thanks
Thanks
for the money, sir.
bro. Thanks for the $10 tip.
Right.
You didn't do anything.
right, so anyway, she puts the money in the till, and then she turns around to make my drink, and I see on the back barista, but I didn't know how it was pronounced, and I thought it was pronounced Batista. So I was always calling them I was calling them the Batistas for about 2 years until somebody said, "What's a Batista?" And I went, "It's the person behind the coffee thing." And they went, "Barista." I was like, "Is that how you pronounce it?" So for 2 years of my life, I was calling all the baristas Batistas.
They all walk alone together.
Inside this coffee pit of danger. Anyway, okay. Oh, if we're ever going to finish this fucking news item, Swerved is a Jackass prank show with WWE superstars. It's really fucking good. It's entertaining. It's probably some of the best content I've seen on the network myself. But hey, I'm afraid I've got some more bad news.
No.
Because it's going to be cancelled after the first season, apparently.
Why? No. Why?
And I'll tell you why. It's got nothing to do with the amount of viewers. It's actually gotten consistently good views.
Yeah.
The schedule is somewhat erratic. It's supposed to be episodes per week, but they often miss out weeks for whatever
Right.
reason. And the reason why they're cancelling it is because the WWE superstars and divas no longer want to be pranked on the road.
Fuck you. That's the idea.
They don't like that because they're already stressed out to the point of traveling on the road for a wrestling company. Lo and behold, they're going to get a fucking powder gun shot at their face. Like Kofi fucking Kingston.
My favorite part about that, for anyone who's seen that prank, is Xavier shoots the thing full of baby powder and packing peanuts, and it goes off, and there's this cloud. And as the screen is filling with this cloud, like 2 seconds after the thing was shot, you finally hear Kofi go, "Ah!" And it's just the delay is amazing.
And he had to go into the fucking showers and wash it out of his eyes because he didn't close his eyes.
Oh, my hair! What's my hair?
I don't blame them for not wanting that on the road. But at the same time,
Yes.
it's some of the most consistent entertainment I've seen on the network, so I don't really know what school of thought I should belong in here. I mean, think about it. If Carmine, if you were in Burger King,
Right.
and you told this story already on the broadcast, that incident where you became discount store Two-Face.
Right.
Imagine if that was a prank.
Okay, that's different.
How?
That's bodily harm.
Well, they killed
Okay.
Hornswoggle. They put him in a garbage truck and he died.
But not actually.
Not actually, though. Okay, so adapting to the whole idea of a prank show. If that happened to you, but it was fake and you were an actor, would you want to be
Okay.
next to that?
I mean, sure, because it wasn't real.
I
I'll
have an
get
idea.
over it.
I have an idea.
Oh god, your ideas are always excellent.
Thank you.
We should just let ZZ run it now.
Fucking yes! Yes! That's better than my idea, to be fair. Right, no, okay, my idea would be, why don't you just sort of change the format a little bit? Instead of it's Dolph Ziggler pranking, like, everybody, why don't you have, like, okay, self-admittedly, it's a bit of a rip-off of the show Impractical Jokers, okay? Bear with me, though, right? It's a team of, like, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, Rusev, because that would be fucking hilarious,
Yes.
and
Oh,
I don't know, Titus O'Neil or something. I don't know. And it's these four guys who basically challenge each other to make idiots of themselves. That way, they sign up for it, and no one's getting shit blown into their eyes. Maybe they do actually. I don't know. You don't know what they challenge each other to. I think that would be a way to keep the show in some form, because then all four of them are up for it. They're embarrassing themselves and each other, but it's only limited to the four of them, and they're interacting with the public as opposed to, blowing shit in Kofi Kingston's eyes again.
right.
And yeah, that would be good. And there are even some segments on Swerved that are kind of like that.
Well, like the bit with the Batistas.
The bit with the Batistas, yes.
There you
Right.
go.
And other sort of like harmless pranks. Like I remember this one time where it was Fandango, Heath Slater, and the Ascension.
Yes.
They were going into like this restaurant, but the prank was that it was run by this incestuous pair of siblings, quote unquote, but they were just actors.
Right.
And that was fucking funny because Heath Slater got really riled up and almost beat up the dude
Right.
for like spanking his pretend sister.
Yeah.
And then their car went missing, and it was like, fuck, this is great. So half of the show is like harmless, but I can
Right.
appreciate why some of them might be going over the top when they're getting shocked by electric chairs in the first episode.
And like, it's like some of them are totally okay with it. Like anytime Xavier Woods gets pranked, he fucking loves it because now
He's
he
like,
gets to
I'm
prank
gonna
him back.
one up you. I'm gonna one up you again in the future.
He was napping in a little room, and Kofi Kingston put Mentos in a Coke bottle and fucking sprayed him with it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and that's why he sprayed him with fucking baby powder and packing peanuts.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
like-
the fucking New Day are the best part of that prank show, to be fair, because they're the most
Yeah, I
entertaining
want
people
to
out
see
there.
Big E more involved,
Oh
but
yeah.
like, I can understand why some of them don't want to be a part of it anymore. But that's no reason to cancel the whole show.
No, at least retweak it and retool it, because to be honest, the concept in itself is entertaining to watch.
Right? Like Curtis Axel doesn't want to get pranked. Fine, fuck him. Don't put him in the show.
Yeah, exactly. You have an infinite amount of superstars, I'm sure.
Like, man, I hope they reconsider.
I would just like to throw out there, just in case that they're listening, but if Dolph Ziggler and the general team of Swerved like to bring their show to the Suplah Network, you can have your own street called Prank Alley.
Prank
There you
Avenue.
go. No, we have Total Divas Avenue. We can't have
we
two
do.
avenues. We can't have two avenues.
No, God forbid. This isn't New York.
Prank Alley. You can bring it to Suplah City and the Suplah Network. Throwing it out there.
Just don't go into the alley if you don't want to be pranked.
The offer's on the table.
Offers on the table.
Take it or
Just
leave
sitting
it.
there.
Can we invite ZZ and just make Peanut Butter Hill just for him? Please.
Is it literally?
He just sits there like Pooh Bear with a fucking jar of peanut butter.
Yes! Fucking yes.
And then
Oh,
Andy can be like
bars.
Christopher Robin.
I thought Andy would be Piglet.
Maybe. We all know Andy's
No,
afraid of
Andy
everything.
would be Eeyore.
No, I'd be Eeyore. I'm always depressed about everything.
Right. Right.
Like,
But
we
anyway,
could do a combination.
we could mix bag of peanut butter, but anyway, I don't want to see Swerved fucking cancelled because if you do that, I'm not interested in the network other than NXT, which I don't even network for anyway. I don't even have the network. I don't know why I care. I just want entertainment.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm not going to get that from a fucking WWE movie.
too hot for TV.
It's been on TV,
Uh,
so it's not hot for TV. It's
n-
lukewarm.
it's now been microwaved for TV.
It's tepid. Anyway, Carmine, why don't you tell us all about the next WWE movie?
Yeah, because you know what else is too tepid for TV?
Stuff we've already talked about on this show, Andy.
Well, Dolph Ziggler, as we already know, is going to be in a new WWE Studios film called 642. But I don't know if we've already explained that Kane will also be in it.
We did not explain that. Oh no.
So, Kane will also be in it.
Now,
So,
fucking hell, guys.
unless he's going to show up as what's-his-face, Jack Chainsaw, I don't care.
Jacob Goodnight.
Jacob Goodnight.
Jack
Jack
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw is a much better name.
That is a much better name, I agree.
Jack Chainsaw. Fuck, let's trademark that shit.
I genuinely can never remember the name Jacob Goodnight because it's so dumb.
Changes every week. But anyway, I'm gonna do my fucking best, like, movie trailer voice, because this is like an action movie. It's like a dramatic action movie full of, like, explosions and hot babes and all that shit. So
Time limits.
and time limits, namely 6.2.
Action movies love time limits.
Microwavers. I'm gonna put on my best trailer voice for this.
How long will it take him to microwave the popcorn?
Ray Fitzpatrick is as tough as nails narcotics cop working the beat in Los Angeles. After a drug bust goes wrong, Ray is forced to shoot his own partner. Shit. Leading to his suspension from the police force.
You're fired.
Before you know it, Ray is dragged right back into the thick of it when a
Sick as hell.
mysterious package arrives at the station addressed to him.
Who's this from?
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm adding flair.
Right, okay, woo. The package leads Ray and his colleagues to an encrypted website where an unidentified kidnapper broadcasts a threat to Ray and the entire police force.
I'm gonna fucking shoot everyone.
The kidnapper, it turns out, is holding a young boy hostage, and unless the police department can come up with a $2 million ransom...
I just need to. I'm sorry to interrupt this, but the $2 million ransom got interrupted by a line break. So for a second, I thought it was just a $2 ransom.
You set off a time bomb strapped to the child's chest. No, I can't fucking do this anymore.
The department, led by Lieutenant Cronin,
Hi.
that's gonna be Kane, I guess,
Hello.
comes up with the payoff, and Ray is tasked as the bagman. When the handover goes down, Ray is forced to shoot and kill the kidnapper before he can set off the bomb and kill the child. With 6 hours and 42 minutes left before the time the explosive detonates, Ray and Internal Affairs agent Julia Baker... Next page, I can't get to it. Someone else take over.
Race against time to find the now deceased kidnapper's hidden lair and save the child before it's too late. I don't care. This movie sounds fucking boring.
It does sound boring.
If it sounded boring the last time we said anything about this, it sounds boring now. What's changed? Kane?
Kane.
You have an infinite amount of charismatic superstars on your roster, and you go with fucking Kane.
No, you gotta get Jason Goodnight in there. 'cause
Jacob Goodnight!
That's his name. And,
Fuck.
I don't fucking know, man.
Like, I wouldn't go see this.
No, neither would I.
I would go see Space Jam 2. I wouldn't go see this.
That says a
If
lot.
they don't put Michael Jackson in Space Jam 2...
He's dead.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson is dead, Liam.
Just
No, he's
moonwalking
not.
all over the Looney Tunes?
Michael Jackson died, Liam.
No, he's not. He's alive.
Oh,
The
yeah?
moonwalking pop singer.
No, the basketball player.
Jordan!
Michael Jordan?
Who did I say?
Michael Jackson!
Oh, shit. My bad.
Yeah!
Hang on.
You're bad!
This is news to me. He's not dead. What about all that shit that happened with his body?
And his dying and all.
No, sorry. I thought Michael Jackson was Michael Jordan. Not like that. I didn't think they were the same person.
Michael Jordan just takes off his face and it's Michael Jackson.
No. I got mixed up with the names.
To be fair, I
Fucking
want a movie about how Michael Jackson isn't dead anymore.
I want Michael Jackson to team up with the Looney Tunes. Fucking hell, that's the tits.
Was a Looney Tune, practically.
Yeah, he's the next Looney Tune.
No, he's not. He's dead. We've discussed this.
He's the first Looney
The
Tune.
last next Looney Tune. Oh, fuck this. The WWE Movies has yet to make a good movie starring wrestlers. I'm sorry.
That's not good.
I mean, Scorpion King was okay.
I keep forgetting that was a WWE Studios movie.
It was their
Was
first.
it a WWE Studios movie?
It was their first one.
Fucking aura.
What else have they made? Knucklehead.
Did they not?
Ew.
The Chaperone.
What?
Ew.
To be fair, they made Oculus, but it has no wrestling about it at all, so...
There's no wrestlers in that movie.
No
Apparently, Brodus Clay makes a cameo appearance. I did not see that when I was watching the movie.
I don't think I did either. Fuck.
That's how inconspicuous he was. He was I think Brodus Clay, now going by the name Brunky Rectus.
Did you just call him Bloatus Clay?
Brodus.
He's
Clay.
very-
Look, I know names.
He's very bloated. He's eating too much peanut butter.
He's not.
He's been hanging out with ZZ too much.
No, I think he cameoed as the Mirror.
Is he just the most reflective human on the planet?
That looks
I just think-
fucking mirror.
I think what it is, there's a frame in the film that if you watch it, if you pause it at just the right space, you just see
Zoom
his
in,
face.
enhance, zoom in again.
No, literally, it's just it goes by so quick. It's just a frame, but if you pause it, instead of the mirror, it's just Brodus Clay smiling at you, and then it cuts away again.
This is
So
some
there's
fucking
one-
Tyler Durden shit.
There's a zoom in shot on the mirror, and there's one frame where it's just Brodus.
That actually sounds terrifying.
This is the most subliminal messaging ever.
He's just staring at you like Funk's on a roll. Fuck.
I think on that note, we should probably finish this.
Are we
I
done
think
here?
so.
Scary Brodus Clay with the scary Brodus Clay mirror.
Okay, that's fine.
Watch your Oculus though, and just try and freeze frame when the mirror shows up, and you'll see it. And if you listen to the credits, if you reverse it in backwards, it goes, "Somebody gonna call my mama," or something like that. However, his theme song went.
It went like that.
Somebody's gonna call my mom.
I better come home before somebody calls my mom.
Can't know I was out past curfew.
This is Suplah City. We're in downtown Suplah. What else is in this lucrative plot of land, Carmine?
Total Divas Alley
Avenue.
I don't
Can't
remember
get
the
his
map.
street right.
I don't remember the map. There's the review dump.
Yeah.
There's did the Let's Play get a section of this city?
No.
No, because it's on hold, and I don't know if it's coming back, so there isn't a space for it yet.
There's the Suplah Brawl bunker.
It's a fucking city, not a house.
There's a broke-ass city hall.
Yeah. And there's Suplah.com
And then
where
there's the vine forest, because vines grow on forests.
Forests.
Shut up.
Okay.
I think this episode perfectly describes how fucking stupid we all are.
Suplah City, bitch. Suplah City, Suplah
We'll see
City,
you
bitch.
So, we're in downtown Suplah, and we'll see you at Total Divas Avenue or Raw Review Dump. I don't know which show's next.
Raw Review done. Fucking Raw Review hasn't been on since November.
It's just a regular review now.
Fuck. Okay, so Raw Review Dump doesn't exist. It's just review dump. That doesn't have a ring to it.
One office in the entire city.
We have off the air airspace. Off the air airspace. There you go. There's
How about
that.
off the air airport?
Oh, there you go. Even better. Fucking look at
Off
that.
the airport.
Off the airport. There you go.
Yeah,
We also have.
that's it.
I think that's all of our shows.
That's it. We're done.